Facebook has its big data center outside the United States in northern Sweden. Why did northern Sweden make sense for you?
One of the biggest factors these days, a really key criterion for us, is access to clean energy. And northern Sweden, the northern half of Sweden, is all hydropowered.
How fast is the electricity use rising for your data centers?
If you compare our total usage in 2014, which is the last time we released it, versus 2013, I don't know the exact number, but it's probably 18% growth in terms of electricity. Between 2010 and 2015, we actually saw the computing capacity increase about 3.5 times. At the same time, the rise in energy usage was extremely modest in comparison.
To what extent are you able to use renewable energy for these data centers?
We're at 37% renewables globally. We have 14 data center campuses around the world. We've been carbon neutral as a company since 2007, and an absolute core component of that is sourcing as much renewable energy as possible.
What are the transmission loss costs associated with having only a handful of data centers that may be serving people on their computers and mobile phones up to 10,000 miles away?
If you're running a service where the user experience depends in part on the latency, the response time, if that is slow to load, then you're not going to be very happy. The energy cost of those repeaters on the fiber optics is very, very low. So I think the real issue there is simply the main thing is the business issue of what's the latency.
How much of a cost premium is it still for Facebook and for Google to use the renewable energy that you use?
The costs have come down dramatically for both solar and wind. And the result is that in many locations, and also hydropower in many places, is actually the cheapest energy available.
Every single market requires a different approach and has a little bit different cost construct. One of our goals is to really build a scalable solution, or help contribute to a scalable solution that's cost effective, because we're all trying to run businesses.
One of the things that's changed in the last couple of years is now we've got a coalition of about 80 companies that, rather than each of us negotiating just one-on-one with utilities, we actually have been banding together. There are dozens, if not now hundreds, of large companies and small companies who have renewable energy goals and are going to find ways to meet them.